Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brandon here, and welcome to episode 3 of the 1949 to 2023 random NBA history resimulation series. If you guys have missed any of the previous episodes, go down in the description down below. There is obviously a playlist to this season, but there's also a playlist to the last season, or chapter 1, where I did basically in order all the draft classes from 1950 to 2023. And yeah, just kind of follow the order of NBA history with, the original 8 teams, all that. But this chapter, we included all 30 teams, and we're doing a random draft class every year. So to catch you guys up, the last 6 seasons, obviously we've only done 2 episodes, but the last 2 episodes, for MVP, Chuck Robinson and Hayter Turkoglu dominated the first 4 years, and then in back-to-back years, Kyrie Irving entered the league, and he won 2 MVPs, as well as 3 straight NBA titles. Kyrie Irving and the LA Lakers, and the Indiana Pacers. By the way, they beat the Pacers in 5 every single year in the last 3 years. So that's kind of where we're at. The Orlando Magic with Wilkes won 2, and then Bobby Jones won 1. In Milwaukee. So that's kind of where we're at. We do have the 1986 NBA draft class. So real quick, let me go ahead and show you guys this class. So we have Chuck Person, Dennis Rodman, Brad Daughtry, Sabonis, Mark Price, Ron Harper, John Sally, Del Curry. So I mean, it's a solid draft class. It's not a great draft class, but I mean, it's pretty solid. So the 1986 NBA draft class, let's get to it. Here in the draft lottery, the Pistons, the Nuggets, and the Raptors all have the best odds to win the NBA draft lottery. Then we got the Warriors, Rockets, Nets, Jazz, Hornets, Cavs, Spurs, Suns, Clippers, Knicks, and the Orlando Magic. So with the first overall pick, the Phoenix Suns get it. Golden State gets 2, the Spurs get 3, Rockets get 4, Pistons get 5, the Nuggets drop to 6, Raptors 7, 8 to the Nets, and 9 to the Jazz, and 10 to the Hornets. And so with the first overall pick, the Phoenix Suns take Chuck Person. With the second overall pick, Del Curry goes to Golden State. Okay, interesting pick there. With the third overall pick, the San Antonio Spurs take Mark Price. The fourth overall pick, the Houston Rockets take Ron Harper, so no Dennis Rodman yet. The Detroit Pistons, though, take Dennis Rodman. Okay, the team that originally drafted him. I believe they drafted him, right? In real life? I mean, well, he won a couple championships there. But either way, yeah, so Dennis Rodman to the Pistons. The Nuggets ended up taking Petrovic, and the Raptors take Daughtry at 8. The Nets take John Sally at 9. The Jazz take Skiles at 10. The Hornets take Nate McMillan. The Cavs take Sabonis. The Clippers take Hornacek. And the Knicks take Bowie. With the 14th pick, Duckworth goes to the Magic. And with the 15th pick, Wingate goes to the Pelicans. Free agency. Giannis, obviously most of these guys were restricted, but Giannis does stay with the Hornets. Schroeder stays with, Schroeder goes from Miami to Indiana. Okay, so Indiana making a move, trying to finally get over the hump and beat the Lakers. We'll see what happens. CJ stays in Portland. Gobert goes from Detroit to Philly. Steven Adams stays in San Antonio. Otto Porter stays in Cleveland. Caldwell Pope stays in Houston. Let's see, any other big ones here? Hardaway stays with Utah. Let's see, the Pacers, they send this Dylan Wright guy, auto-generated guy, but other than that, not a ton of crazy move. Harvey Kedgen stays with the Lakers. Now it's time to pick next year's draft class. So here we go. I got my randomizer here, and 1989 NBA draft class. Okay, so who was in the 1989 draft class? Let's see. Let me get to the season here. I don't really remember who was in this one. Let's go prospect scouting here. Okay, so Glenn Rice, Sean Kemp, Sean Elliott, Tim Hardaway. Let's see. Got Cliff Robinson, Doug West. Okay, so B.J. Armstrong. So I mean, Divac. Okay. I mean, there's a couple of decent players here in this one. I mean, Nothing too crazy. Sean Kemp is a star. Glenn Rice is a star. Tim Hardaway is a star. So there's a few stars entering the league after this season. So it should be interesting. So year number 7 is complete, and Kyrie Irving wins his third straight regular season MVP to go with his 3 finals MVPs. He averaged 39 points per game and 7 assists. Scott Skiles wins Rookie of the Year, 22 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. And then Maurice Lucas once again wins a DPOY for the 1,000th time in a row. Tobias Harris wins Most Improved, and Nick Nurse is your Coach of the Year. A team went 70-12. The Lakers went 60-22. So we'll see if someone will be able to knock off the Lakers. Jimmy Butler's on the All-NBA first team, averaged 35, 7, and 3. Kenyon Martin's on the All-NBA first team, 32, 20, and 3. Giannis is on the first team, 33, 11, and 6. And Bill Walton, 20 and 24. All-NBA second team, we got Brian Winters, Kemba Walker, Turkoglu, Ben Simmons, and Steven Adams. And then the All-NBA third team, we got Schroeder, Oscar Robertson in his second year, 25, 7, and 8. Chuck Robinson, Campy Russell, and Vucevic. And then the all-defensive first team, we got Winters, Butler, Lucas, Kenyon Martin, and Bill Walton. And the second team, we got Clay, Chris Dunn, Bobby Jones, Kawhi Leonard, and Rudy Gobert. So on to the NBA playoffs. The Portland Trailblazers are the number 1 seed in the West. Interesting. Okay, so they have Isaiah Thomas, CJ McCollum. Let's see. Oh, and they have Ben. Oh, that's right. They have Ben Simmons, Vucevic. No, yeah, this is a good team. This is a really good team. CJ McCollum leads the team in scoring. Ben Simmons. You got Vucevic. Okay, yeah. Isaiah Thomas, 22 and 9. That's a really good team. They're going up against the Rockets, who have rookie Ron Harper, Caldwell Pope, Brandon Ingram, Tom Sanders. And then with the 4 and 5 seed, we got Oklahoma City and Sacramento. And let's see, Sacramento doesn't really have anyone other than Brian Winters. Brian Winters is just really good. We got the Lakers as a 3 seed. They're going up against Dallas. And then Vancouver is going up against Golden State, who drafted Del Curry. And then Indiana, obviously the number 1 seed in the East. They're trying to get to their 4th straight NBA title and try to win their first. They're playing Orlando, who has 2 titles under their belt. Orlando also has Jerry West. Forgot about that. Right, Wilkes won 2 without Jerry West, and now they have Jerry West. Interesting. They are the 8 seed though. We got Giannis has a 4 seed, and then they're going up against the Cavs. And then we got Atlanta versus Toronto. We have Sabonis, okay. And then Philly, who has Kawhi Leonard and Rudy Gobert and Michael Redd. They're going up against the 7-seeded Milwaukee Bucks, who have Bobby Jones. This team won the very first NBA title. So here we go. Round 1, the Raptors, the Bucks, the Magic, the Rockets, the Kings, the Hornets. Okay, so Giannis is eliminated. The Warriors, the Mavericks are all eliminated. So we've got Portland versus OKC. We got Vancouver versus LA. Indiana versus Cleveland. And we got Philly versus Atlanta. So second round here, 3-0 lead for Portland, 2-2 Vancouver Lakers. Indiana's a 2-1 lead. Tied at 2 is Philly and Atlanta. The Thunder are eliminated, and the Lakers, Kyrie Irving and the Lakers finally get knocked off after three-peating. We will have a new NBA champion this year. The Hawks are eliminated, and the Cavs are eliminated. So we got Portland versus Vancouver, and we got Indiana versus Philly. Can Indiana finally win their first? The Grizzlies get swept, and the 76ers lose in 7. So we got Indiana versus Portland. So here we go. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. We got Indiana versus Portland. Dennis Schroeder, Oladipo, George Irvin, Juancho, Tristan Thompson versus Isaiah Thomas, CJ McCollum, Nahara, Ben Simmons, and Vucevic. These are 2 really fun teams. Like just like Nahara. We got like Tristan Thompson, and actually the Pacers have more of a I guess a current group, but they have George Irvin as their best player. And then Portland, they have more of a current team as well. Actually all current other than Nahara, so that's interesting. But here we go. Game 1. We'll see how this goes. Game 1 goes to Indiana. Game 2 goes to Indiana. Okay, they have a chance here. Game 3 goes to Portland. Game 4 goes to Indiana. All right, so Indiana on the verge of winning their first NBA title. They've lost 3 straight. Can George Irvin finally win his first? And they're definitely not gonna win that one. We got a game 6. Portland stays alive, and in game 6, Indiana is going to. Ooh, this is a close game. We're gonna be able to jump into our first game, I think, in this whole like series. Let me get down to like a minute to go. Yeah, 45 seconds to go. Indiana with a 138-136 lead. Let's jump in. Here we go. Pass into, who's that? CJ, and McCollum puts up a floater and hits it. All right, so McCollum ties the game up at 138. So here we go. Dennis Schroeder with it with 36 seconds to go. Oh, Wancho open for throw. That's a tough three. No good. Simmons with the rebound. Portland has a chance to take the lead, and Simmons does. Okay, we got a 2-point lead. Indiana calls a timeout. All right, so here we go. 25 seconds to go. Oh, what a pass. Victor Oladipo lays it in, but an amazing pass. I don't know who that was from, but that was ridiculous. So Oladipo now has a chance to give the Pacers a 1-point lead, and he does. So Portland will call a timeout, and they have a chance to win it at the buzzer. All right, here we go. Pass into McCollum. 22 seconds to go. Over to Thomas. Back to McCollum. Back to Thomas. All right. See what he does here. Oh, he had McCollum wide open. Oh, that's a tough three. Man, that was a really tough three. Timeout. Sorry, foul. And this should give Indiana a 3-point lead, and then Portland will have a chance to tie this game up with a 3, possibly, as long as Schroeder hits the second one. Oh, and he missed it. 2-point game, 7 seconds to go. All right, so here we go. Portland with the ball. 5 seconds to go. Ben Simmons gets doubled. Out to Nara for 3. Oh, he missed it. Oh, oh my God. Nahara had a wide open 3, and he missed it at the buzzer, and Indiana wins their first finals. Wow. First finals in 4 tries. They're now 1-3. They lost to the Lakers the last 3 years. They finally win and beat Portland this year, as George Irvin gets his first NBA title. Oladipo gets his first. Dennis Schroeder. I mean, obviously all of them get their first, but Dennis Schroeder wins Finals MVP. Okay, I thought it would be George Irvin. Interesting. So Dennis Schroeder averaged 37 points per game, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds. So yeah, definitely much deserving of the Finals MVPs, and 92 overall in at just 24 years old. So let's see what happens in the offseason. But Indiana Pacers finally get over the hump and win a championship. Here we are in the draft lottery for the 1989 NBA draft. So Miami, Detroit, and Washington have, Miami and Detroit have the 2 best odds. Washington, the New York Knicks, the Denver Nuggets, Jazz, Spurs, Nets, Pelicans, and Timberwolves round out the top 10. And the Jazz win the lottery. The Nuggets get the number 2 overall pick, and the Knicks get the 3rd overall pick. Pistons, Heat round out the top 5, and then you get the Wizards, Spurs, Nets, Pelicans, and Timberwolves to round out the top 10. Here we go. The 1989 draft class here in, year number 7? Or I guess this would be, what is this? Yeah, the 8th draft class, I believe, in this video. And the 1st overall pick, the Utah Jazz take Tim Hardaway. The Denver Nuggets with the number 2 overall pick take Sean Elliott. The 3rd overall pick, the Knicks take Glenn Rice. The Pistons take Nick Anderson. The Heat take Doug West. At 6, the Wizards take Stacey King. At 7, the Spurs take Sean Kemp. Wow, Kemp dropped quite a bit. That's a good pick for the Spurs. Tom Hammonds goes 8. The Pelicans at 9 take Cliff Robinson. At 10, the Timberwolves take Divac. Okay, Vlade Divac goes 10 to the Timberwolves. That's a pretty good pick. The Phoenix Suns take BJ Armstrong. So NBA free agency here, most of these were restricted free agents. So Kawhi stays with the 76ers. Kyrie stays with the Lakers. Kemba stays with the Clippers. Bill Walton, though, goes from the Nuggets to the Grizzlies. Maurice Lucas goes from Vancouver to the Magic. So the Grizzlies lost the DPOY, but they get Bill Walton. Jimmy Butler stays in Washington. Chuck Robinson goes to the Celtics. Leaves Oklahoma City. Klay Thompson stays with the Nets. Tristan Thompson stays with the Pacers. Isaiah stays with the Blazers. Cantor stays with the Kings. Valanciunas stays with Oklahoma City. Morris stays with the Hawks. Plumlee goes to the Lakers. Biyombo stays with the Mavericks. Tobias Harris stays in Chicago. And there is the rest of free agency. Now time to pick the next draft class, and we are going with the 2010 NBA draft class. I don't believe we've used that. Hold on, let me double check. I got my notebook. You guys know if you guys have seen the first series. So yeah, the 2010 draft class has not been picked. For those of you who don't know, we've had 1974, 2000, 2013, 2016, 1960, 1986, 1989, and now 2010, which 2010, that was, who was the first overall pick in 2010? Okay, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, Derek Favors is in this draft. Eric Bledsoe is in this draft. Okay, Whiteside. All right, so a decent NBA draft class. I mean, we don't really have any like crazy superstars entering the league just yet. I mean, who's really the best? I guess Giannis is really probably the best one. I'm probably missing someone, but yeah, Oscar Robertson is one. Kyrie Irving obviously is one, but other than that, yeah, we don't. Ben Simmons might be one, but I mean, nothing like we don't have Akeem Olajuwon. We don't have like a Shaq, an MJ, LeBron. We don't have any of those guys yet. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes to get someone like that, like a Kareem, Wilt, anyone like that. But here we go, 2010 draft class. Year number 8 is now complete, and Kenyon Martin with the Phoenix Suns wins MVP, 39 points per game, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks per game. Cliff Robinson wins Rookie of the Year, 21 and 13. And let's see, Maurice Lucas, okay, wins another DPOY. Brad Daughtry wins Most Improved, and Nick Nurse is your Coach of the Year. Kyrie Irving, Isaiah Thomas, Kenyon Martin, Turkoglu, and Bill Walton are on the All-NBA first team. All-NBA second team got Dennis Schroeder, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi, Giannis, and Valanciunas. Third team got Oscar, Lenny Wilkins, Campy Russell, Chuck Robinson, and Brad Daughtry. All defensive first team, Winters, Butler, Lucas, Kenyon Martin, and Rudy Gobert. And all defensive second team, we got Chris Dunn, Jerry West, Bobby Jones, Kawhi Leonard, and Bill Walton. So, here we go. The playoffs. Portland is once again the number 1 seed. They're going up against Oklahoma City, San Antonio versus Vancouver, Dallas versus Sacramento. LA is a 2 seed once again against Houston. Philly up against Boston. So Indiana is not the number 1 seed this year. It is Philly. And then we got Chicago versus Milwaukee, Orlando versus Atlanta, and Indiana versus Giannis and the Charlotte Hornets. So here we go. Round number 1. The Hornets, the Blazers just lost in the first round. Wow. The Bulls, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Houston, 76ers are all eliminated. So at this point, it's looking like the Lakers might have an easy road to the NBA title. We will see, or at least the NBA Finals. Indiana, the 2 seed over in the East, they beat Charlotte. Atlanta upsets Orlando. Milwaukee upsets Chicago, and Boston upset Philly. Okay, so a lot of upsets here in the playoffs. Indiana up 3-1. The Lakers are tied 2-2. San Antonio up 2-1, and Boston is up 2-1. The Hawks, the Bucks, the Kings, the Spurs are all eliminated. The Lakers barely beat the Kings to get to the conference finals. They're going up against the 8-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder. And wow, we have the same thing on each side. The Pacers as a 2 seed are up against the 8-seeded Boston Celtics. The Pacers are up 2-1. The Thunder are up 2-0. The Lakers quickly tie that one 2-2. And Indiana takes a 3-1 lead. The Celtics are done in 5, and the Lakers win in 6. So once again, for the 4th time in 5 years, right? Yeah, 4th time in 5 years, we have the Indiana Pacers versus the LA Lakers. This time they are 2 seeds. Obviously, Kyrie had a 96 overall. They got Corey Joseph, Scott Wedman up to an 84 overall, Marcus Morris, and Mason Plumlee. And then Indiana with Dennis Schroeder, Victor Oladipo, George Irvin, Juancho, and Tristan Thompson. I feel like Indiana's a better team, but man, Kyrie is just unbelievable. Obviously, 3 regular season MVPs and 3 finals MVPs. Game 1 goes to the Lakers. Game 2 goes to the Pacers. Game 3 goes to the Pacers. Okay. Game 4 goes to Indiana. Okay, so Indiana trying to really get over the hump and beat the Lakers to win back-to-back NBA titles. Can the Lakers, though, come back and force a Game 6? And looks like they're going to. So we have a Game 6, and this time it's in Indiana. That was a big Game 5 for the Lakers, but Indiana is winning this one. It's a 3-point game. Oh, the Lakers take a 9-point lead, and that will do it. We have a Game 7. Holy moly, is this there's no way this is the first Game 7, is it? No. Okay, so this is a second Game 7. Wow, last year was the first Game 6. Every other year has been in 5. The Magic beat the Lakers in 7 in year 2, and that was without Kyrie Irving, I believe. Yeah, without Kyrie Irving. So, interesting. All right. Oh, wait. Dennis Schroeder. Oh, no, never mind. I thought Dennis Schroeder won a Finals MVP before last year, but he didn't. Okay, so here we go. Game 7. For the 4th time these two teams are playing, the Lakers have taken the first 3 in 5. Now in 7, Indiana at home here in Game 7. They had an early lead, but the Lakers take a 5-point lead towards the end of the half. 3-point lead for the Lakers. At the end of the third, we're all tied up at 93. 2:41 to go. We're all tied up at 1:15. A minute 41, Indiana takes a 4-point lead. And a minute left. Oh, it's a 5-point lead. It's a 4-point lead. All right, we'll jump in. Can Indiana hang on to win back-to-back? Indiana does have the ball. They get it into Schroeder. Schroeder drives immediately to the left, gets fouled, and he can make this thing a 6-point game and possibly sealing it here for the Indiana Pacers as the crowd's chanting MVP. Dennis Schroeder might be winning his 2nd straight Finals MVP. We will see, though. Over to Kyrie. They're going to have to score really quick and possibly a 3. Marcus Morris for 3. Oh, missed it. And Indiana with the rebound. 6-point game. A bucket here ends it. It's probably already over, but a bucket here is a dagger. Dennis Schroeder is going to hold it up top. Well, I'd foul here if I was LA. At this point, you're down by 6. He's going to get the clock all the way down to about 11, 12 seconds. They're going to take a screen. Oh, corner to right. And that is good. An auto-generated player just hit that 3 in the corner. And that will do it. The Indiana Pacers are going to win their 2nd straight NBA Finals. As Morris gets another rebound here. Kicks it out to Wedman. No good. And the Indiana Pacers win their 2nd straight title after losing 3 straight to the Lakers. They beat the Blazers last year, and they beat the Lakers this year as they win their 2nd straight NBA title. They go back-to-back, and Dennis Schroeder is back-to-back Finals MVPs. So there you go. Indiana wins back-to-back. Dennis Schroeder averaged 31, 3, and 10 assists in the NBA Finals there. Still at a 92 overall, now 25 years old. So the 2010 NBA draft class is coming up. Let's see what happens. So here we are in the NBA draft lottery for the 2010 draft class. So probably this is for John Wall here for the 1st overall pick. The Heat and the Pistons have the best odds with the Jazz, Nuggets, and Clippers right behind them. So here we go. And the Cleveland Cavaliers win the 1st overall pick. The Pistons stay at 2, Washington with the 3rd, Clippers at 4, Heat at 5, Jazz at 6, and the Nuggets at 7, Knicks at 8, Raptors at 9, and the Phoenix Suns are at 10. So with the 1st overall pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers take John Wall. Not really surprising there. At number 2, Indiana takes DeMarcus Cousins. At 3, Washington takes Paul George. At 4, Hassan Whiteside goes to the Clippers. At 5, Gordon Hayward goes to the Heat. Derek Favors goes to the Jazz. The Nuggets, they take Eric Bledsoe. At 9, the Knicks take Ed Davis. At 10, Evan Turner goes to the Raptors. This is 10. Avery Bradley goes to Phoenix. At 11, Patrick Patterson goes to... Was that the Nets again? I don't know who that was. Amino goes to the Wolves. And here's the rest of the NBA draft as I guess there was only... There's only 13 players in this draft class. But yeah, there you go. There's the 2010 NBA draft class. So NBA free agency is here, and Kenyon Martin leaves Phoenix, and joins the Washington Wizards, who I believe had the 2nd overall pick, right? Or third overall pick. So yeah, the Wizards land Kenyon Martin, the former MVP, Ben Simmons stays in Portland. Jamal Wilkes stays in Orlando. Jaylen Brown stays in Chicago. Jamal Crawford stays with the Grizzlies. Jamal stays in Jamal leaves New York and goes to Dallas. Brandon Ingram stays in Houston. Vucevic leaves Portland, goes to New Orleans. Sabonis stays in Toronto. Dennis Rodman leaves Detroit after just 2 years and joins the Kings. Brogdon goes to the stays with the Bucks, goes to the Bucks. Stevenson stays with the Celtics, and there is the rest of NBA free agency. Okay, so the draft class that we will be starting at next episode on will be the 2021 NBA draft class. Okay, so let's just jump in here and grab the 2021 NBA draft class. All right, sweet. That will be, what was that? Cade Cunningham, I believe. Yep. Jonathan Kuminga, Jalen Green, BJ Boston, Terrence Clark, Jalen Johnson, Scotty Barnes, Zaire Williams. Okay. Isaiah Todd, Scotty Lewis. All right. So we get the 2021 NBA draft. That was actually kind of surprising that we got that draft class. But yeah, 2021 NBA draft class. Next episode. So year number 9 is now complete, and Kyrie Irving wins his 4th MVP, 37 points per game and 8 assists. DeMarcus Cousins wins Rookie of the Year in Detroit, averaging 25 and 12. And then let's see, a new DPOY for the first time is Rudy Gobert, 9 points, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks. Jamal Murray wins Most Improved over in Dallas, now averaging 28, 9, and 5. Okay, that's more like it, Jamal. And Brett Brown wins Coach of the Year. So Kyrie is on the All-NBA first team, obviously. Oscar, all as well. Ben Simmons, Turk Lue, and Brad Daughtry. And then the All-NBA second team, we got Clay, Mark Price, Chuck Robinson, Giannis, and DeMarcus Cousins. Third team, we got Michael Carter-Williams, Lenny Wilkins, Campbell Russell, Kenyon Martin, and Bill Walton. All defensive first team is Brian Winters, Jerry West, Maurice Lucas, Kenyon Martin, and Rudy Gobert. And on the all defensive second team, we got Jimmy Butler, Oscar, Bobby Jones, Kawhi Leonard, and Bill Walton. So on to the NBA playoffs here. The Lakers are the number 1 seed in the West. They're going up against Minnesota. Houston versus Portland at 4 and 5. Dallas at 3 versus the Vancouver Grizzlies. So Jamal joined a Dallas team who has Morris Peterson, Darius Miles, Bismack Biyombo, not that great of a team, but he did get them to the 3 seed. San Antonio is the number 2 seed up against Sacramento. And then Philly as the 1 seed going up against Milwaukee, Washington, Orlando, Chicago versus Boston, and Indiana versus Charlotte. So round 1, the Orlando Magic, the Boston Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Kings, the Timberwolves, the Blazers, the Hornets, the Bucks are all eliminated. So let's see, any crazy upsets then? None in the East and none in the West. Okay, so all normal here in this playoff run. We could have, for the 5th time, a Lakers versus Pacers series. We haven't had a different champion other than those two for what? They've had 5 straight. The Lakers had 3 and the Pacers have had 2. Yeah, so it's been 6 years since someone else has won it. Round 2, the Spurs, the Pacers, the Sixers, and the Rockets are eliminated. Wow, Indiana loses in 6 to Chicago, who have Lenny Wilkins, Jaylen Brown, Brad Sellers, Tobias Harris, Cody Zeller, Thon Maker. Okay, they have a solid team. They have a solid team in Chicago. They're going up against the Wizards, who have Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Kenyon Martin. Wow, Kenyon Martin joined Paul George and Jimmy Butler. That's pretty good. The Lakers are going up against Jamal Murray. Wow, Jamal Murray got Dallas to the conference finals. All right, so here we go. Conference finals. The Lakers are up 2-1. Washington up 3-1 over Chicago. And that will do it. Chicago loses in 5. The Wizards are on to the NBA finals. The Lakers and Dallas are all tied up at 2. Dallas takes a 3-2 lead, and they blow the 3-2 lead. The Lakers come back. Kyrie Irving gets the Lakers to their 5th NBA finals in 6 years. Can they win their 4th? Right? Is that their 5th in 6 years? Yeah. Can they get their 4th in 5 tries? So let's look at this matchup here. The Wizards with an auto-generated player at their point guard position. The Lakers have Scalabus here at the 4 now. They have all 80 overalls. Jimmy Butler, those in 95. Kenyon's in 97. So they have a great duo with Paul George as a really good third guy. Stacey King is another good center. Kyrie's the best player in this series. Kenyon Martin, though, right behind him. So let's see what happens. Game 1 goes to the LA Lakers. Game 2 goes to the LA Lakers. Game 3 goes to the Wizards. Game 4 goes to the Wizards. Okay, so they tie it up at 2. Game 5 goes to the LA Lakers. And Game 6 in Washington, they have an early lead. And at the end of 3, they have a 5-point lead. But the Lakers, it's a 1-point game. Holy crap, I didn't realize. Okay, let's jump in and see if Washington has the ball with 10 seconds to go. All right, so the Lakers do have the ball with 10 seconds to go. They're going to get fouled, but it's only a 1-point game. So they're going to get it in. Kyrie gets it, and they foul Kyrie. So 8.8 seconds. Washington does have a timeout. So as long as Kyrie hits both, worst case for the Lakers is that this goes to overtime. Kyrie hits the first, hits the second, and Washington would call timeout. Kyrie Irving is the player of the game. He put up 43 here in Game 6. Is it enough, though? Washington gets into that auto-generated player. Okay, Kenyon gets the rebound. All right, we're back. Jimmy Butler just takes a tough 3. What are they doing? And the LA Lakers win their 4th NBA title. Wow, that was odd. That was weird. Kyrie Irving, though, wins his 4th Finals MVP. The Lakers are now 4-1, or I guess 4-2 technically in the NBA Finals. Kyrie is now 4-1 in the NBA Finals, as he continues to extend as the greatest of all time so far. Again, we will see later on, but Kyrie Irving, 4 NBA Finals MVPs and 4 regular season MVPs, as he averaged 36.5 at 7.8 assists in the NBA Finals, up to a 97 overall. And that will do it for the video, guys. Next episode, we will start off entering the 2021 NBA draft class into this league. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the league, about this sim. Obviously, I think Kyrie Irving, we can all agree, is probably the greatest of all time so far. Dennis Schroeder is, I guess, probably second at this point. Or it could be Jamal Wilkes as the second, since I guess Dennis Schroeder has 3 losses. He's 2-3. Wilkes is 2-0. But yeah, that was the Lakers' 6th NBA Finals appearance. They've made it to every single finals except for 2. Wow, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, hit that like button down below. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We're almost at 2,100, so thank you guys for all subscribing. And other than that, I do actually have a podcast, a sports podcast I do with my friend Steven. If you guys want to check that out, that is in the description down below. NBA, NFL, obviously now that the NBA season is over, we're just going to do a lot of probably NBA offseason talk, obviously NFL talk. So if you guys want to check that out, that is in the description down below. And other than that, guys, I really appreciate all your guys' support. And I'll see you guys for episode 4 in a couple days. See you guys then.